What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Chella.
And it's your man, Big Boss Bo Deal.
That's right, and you tuned in to the #1 podcast existing, period, Str8Drop Uncut.
Facts.
Y'all know we keep it 100 at all times. Bo, what's good?
Everything good. Before we get into this episode, I want to let you know that this week's episode was brought to you by Venom30.com. If you want to get fly, you know what I'm saying, hit up Venom30.com, get you some fly gear. All authentic. It was brought to you by KarmiCakes.com. If you want some good, delicious, moist cakes, gourmet cakes, go there. And it was also brought to you by my sister Chella H clothing line. If you want to walk around with something nice on you, you know what I'm saying? She got a bunch of different stuff. Walk around with her face, represent some real stuff. Go to ChellaH.com.
That's right. Just click the link in my bio. Speaking of authentic, we got some real authentic intensity in the building.
Facts.
We got Larry Hoover Jr. in the building. What's good?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Hey, life is great. What's going on?
Man, just out here moving around a little bit, trying to put the word out for my father in this situation and what's going on with him. You know, trying to get the people behind him to get together and see that he gets a chance for redemption.
Right.
He deserved that.
Yes. The Free Larry Hoover campaign has been real heavy, especially lately. From the concert with Kanye and Drake to the people coming behind it, and not just the members of the Growth and Development Organization, but just worldwide. It's a worldwide thing. So shout out to y'all, shout out to us, shout out to everybody for that. I know recently Kanye and Drake came together and put a concert together. How beneficial do you think that event was as far as the actual release coming together?
Well, the concert really wouldn't make the release. It's just, putting the word out to the world and getting the people to pay attention so we can, people can understand what's going on with this situation. Like them doing the concert, that just lets people that carries the awareness across to people. It won't make them be released. It'll get other people to come behind us and actually support the situation. A lot of people think of Larry Hoover as just who they been seeing in the media.
Right.
They're not aware that he's a senior citizen, same people with his same case that's being released, but because of his name and who they view him as, that he's not getting the same opportunities as other people as far as the First Step Act is concerned, when really it's a discrepancy between the drug laws. And as far as the drugs that was on his case, him and there's a lot of guys on his case that have been able to come home this time served. But when it comes to him,
exactly,
they look at the name and, they don't want to give him the same. We want him to have the same opportunities and have the same chances as everybody else. He's been there, all my life.
Exactly.
Right. And when you think about a guy who's been locked up for over 40 years, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a long time. That's before I was born.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I think everybody deserves a second chance. You know what I'm saying? And I think what it is too, they afraid of the political power that he has when it comes to uniting the people and bringing awareness to certain situations like this and whatnot.
Well, that's I believe that's part of it, but I believe that's a big part of it. But they credited him with all of the negative things that he's brought to society, but none of the positive things. And the same negative things they credited him with, they credit a lot of these other guys with that were released from the First Step Act.
Exactly.
And it's looked at as if from what he did, it was worse compared to somebody else when it was the same thing. So he just like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep beating the dead horse over and over. He needs the same opportunities that everybody else has, but the positive things and the things that he's brought to our community and the changes that he made and making it safe and all that, not that takes away from what he actually did or that the other people did, but he actually has some positive things that he was trying to do and trying to make some change. I'm quite sure that you've been around long enough to see that it was peace out here in the streets, and you know, if it was, everybody enjoyed living when it was peaceful to move around, and it didn't matter what organization you was for. You had to deal with your own people if it was some problems. So it was just peace. You didn't have to worry about people dying like it is, as much shooting like it is right now.
And I think that people are afraid of that because back when I was coming up, you know, if it was something going on, you had somebody who can shut it down and dead that versus now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They won't. It's like, yeah, you cut the head off, the body gonna fall. So you got these shorties who don't listen to nothing. They renegades out here, and the reason why we losing a lot of youngsters today is because a lot of the youngsters, the ones that's doing the killings, they doing all these carjackings, 14, 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And they don't have nobody to answer to. So when I be out there, they tell me like, man, we listen to you, we respect you, but we don't respect a lot of them other old niggas. They don't give a fuck, and this is how they feel. But I'm like, and a lot of the older guys will tell me, man, why you out there fucking with them shorties? They don't listen, but they will listen. You know what I'm saying? If they feel that it's genuine and it's coming from a good place. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a lot of disconnect with the youth, and it's not necessarily just nothing coming from street organizations at where they are now. It's entertainment. It's you know, it's the video games that they came up with. Like, it's a lot that's playing a part with the breaking down of our society. You know what I mean? Like our community, our whole family structure is, you know, destroyed. You know what I mean? And a lot of people that came up in our time are upset because when people were hustling and selling drugs in the community, they didn't know that this is what it was going to do to the community. You know what I mean? It was all about making money when it was going on. So, you know, people were upset over the harm that we did to our own communities because we all see what's going on right now, and none of us are happy with this. Nobody wants to live this way, you know.
Right.
Your mother can't go to the store. Your grandmother can't come outside. My son can't go to the park and play with his friends without you being worried what's going to happen. Like, it's a different time, and nobody's okay with this. You know, they pointing at us and looking at us like, look at them and look at what they doing. This is how these people are. Nobody's happy with this. You know what I mean? We're trying to make a change. When did it come to the point that every time it's a disagreement that it should be settled with a gun? You know what I mean? Like, right. Nobody has to die because it's a disagreement, and that's where our kids are at. And, you know, I'm just hoping that I can have a voice, that, you know, you guys can have a voice. Like you said, you get out there with them and let them know that, you know, this is the real world, and y'all making the real world into something that we shouldn't be dealing with. The fiction that was in music, which tells a story. Let music be entertainment. Let it tell a story, but don't let it just be a way of life on what you're following. Don't let these movies be a way of life of, you know, you trying to do what you're seeing on TV, because we don't have to live like that. We can do things different. We can disagree with somebody, get over it or not get over it, but move on and see another day, you know?
Everybody still live. I got a question. Okay, when they had the Free Larry concert in L.A., why did they take it to L.A. and not bring it right here on the doorsteps?
Because Kanye played a big part in putting that together. You know what I mean? That was his choice of where to take it to, and with him doing so much to help make that happen, you know, went with it. That's where he wanted to go. We said, fine.
Right.
For that big thing to happen, you want to go to L.A.? Great.
Whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
What you say?
No, go ahead. I was just saying, I think it was wherever it was held that was good, but I was, you know what I'm saying? I think like right here on the doorsteps to let, you know what I'm saying?
But the other thing that was good about that made it not a GD thing, but a world thing. You know, people want to make it into a GD thing, and it's not about a GD thing. It's about prison reform. It's about the immoral situation. I mean, the inhumane situation that my father's dealing with. Him as Larry Hoover, the man, not Larry Hoover, leader of the gangster disciples or chief or none of that. You know what I mean? We don't even need to hear that no more. That's what's keeping him locked up. His name is Larry Hoover, and he's a man that served a lot of time, and you know, he deserves a second chance at life. And the more we hear Chief and King, those type of things is what's helping hold them there. So to take it out of town, that made it a world thing and a thing about helping somebody that needs to be helped and not a GD thing.
And that's part of the reason why the penalty is so harsh, because of that rep.
Yeah.
And two, I was thinking too, like, because I went to the concert myself, I was like, okay, people will be quicker to go to LA. It was more like a travel thing too, versus people don't really want to travel to Chicago. Not saying that. And then too, we don't have a lot of concerts here that don't get shut down. Like a lot of our concerts lately have been getting shut down depending on who the artist is and the subject matter. So
although with those big names, I think that it would have been the same results here in Chicago. But like I said, as far as showing that it was a world thing, like we want everybody to support this, you know what I mean? I think LA really did that the best, because if it was here, it'd have been really looked at the wrong way.
right.
I agree.
I heard it was niggas, my bad. I heard it was some niggas in LA that was trying to do the most, like right when the concert was starting. What was to that?
Yeah, I was hearing that too.
That was it was like it was a gang thing when it was nothing gang about it, other than my name is Larry Hoover. You know what I mean? But other than that, it had nothing to do with no gangs, this or that. It was like you come into our city with this stuff, but we had to keep moving forward with what we was doing. You know what I mean? You had to put God in it and pray for the best, because along with security and whatever else we had. But they was changing into a gang thing. You didn't check in and all that. And like a benefit about prison reform, you had to check in. I figured we was doing something different maybe, but there was a few people upset. We got past that. Everything was okay
Right,
though.
that's good. They was acting like it was a GDs and a dope concert versus the actual subject matter.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about how you grew up. Like, what high school did you go to?
I went to Brother Rice.
Okay, how was that? Because I know, like, a lot of times with families, and I know you come from a very structured household, despite of your father being in prison. You had a mother and a father, right?
Yeah.
So that's something that, you do got those two-parent households, and usually when the father goes through a lot, they try to, like, make things different for the son. You know what I'm saying? So how was it for you growing up? Did you, like, follow kind of in those footsteps, or did you, like, go a little more cleaner?
Okay, well, I grew up just like any other kid in Chicago. I grew up on 79th Street, and at one point in life, I thought I wanted to follow everything that was going on 79th Street. I never got into gang banging like that, but I could not be considered GD because my name is Larry Hoover. How can you not be GD if your name is Larry Hoover? I was born with the name. But I didn't ever really get into gang banging, and then I thought I was going to be in the streets, and my best friend got killed when I was 17, and I had to make a choice. So I wanted to do something about this, but I always thought about the consequences of if this go bad or if this go right. You know what I mean? If it go right, I'm going to stay into it. If it go bad, I can go to jail or get shot. You know what I mean? After that happened, and I talked to my father, he like, man, you need to worry about school and, just worry about school. Do what a kid should be doing. He trying to change the life of kids and trying to tell kids what to do. He like, man, don't worry about that. Just stay out the way and go to school. So I wound up going to school and graduating, and then going to college and living that life. I just got to see both sides. I got to see what was going on in the streets. I got to see what was going on with trying to get an education and trying to learn business so I could try to take over the businesses that I thought we were going to have before the feds indicted everybody and took everything away.
Now, what was the pros and the cons for being Larry Hoover Jr.? Because this man name is so, when you hear guys like Wayne Perry and people all across the nation, all across the world, that got nothing but the utmost respect for this guy and all pushing for his release. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's not right. What was some of the pros and what was some of the cons being the son, the only son, right?
I have brothers.
Oh, you got brothers too?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have brothers.
Okay.
But I mean, some of the pros and the cons. The cons of having the name of Larry Hoover and everybody look at you as though you're a criminal. Not everybody, but people looking at you as though you're a criminal, not knowing what you're doing in life. You know, I'm a college student, and if the police pull me over and they see Larry Hoover, it's like, okay, what a dope at, what a guns at, like,
Right.
you know what I mean? I'm working on my life and getting pulled over and having to deal with the same thing. Or when I pull my ID out, oh, you the son of the gangster and Blase Skippy. Like, no. I mean, that's my father, but do you know anything else about him other than the reputation that they gave him? So, I mean, that was some of the cons. And on top of also coming up, I didn't know if people was going to want to harm me because of my name or either respect me. You know what I mean? I had to deal with that part. Right. So it was a good thing. It was a fear factor. Then it was like I might have had protection at times that other people didn't have. And, you know, people looking like, there's little Larry over there. Make sure you got him. Make sure he good.
Right.
So it was also the little perks because I was a ghetto celebrity.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the perks that came with that was nice too. You know what I mean? Your celebrity came from, you know, being entertainers and being in the industry. You know, mine came from, okay, that's dude, son. Come on, we got you. We gonna let you in or what have you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was perks that came with being a ghetto celebrity, as I call it.
Right. Now I heard you say something about the business. I know that I read something that you had a lot going on and a lot of knowledge and work put in the construction area.
Okay, well, when I was speaking of business, at first I was speaking of, you know, we had clothing company years ago. Well, that's what it was. We had a clothing company and we were trying to do a record label back in the day, and I was trying to prepare myself to come home and run some of that business. When the feds came and changed my whole life and indicted my father and tried to indict my mother, I came home from school, and my mother did have a construction company at one time, but I was at home from school at that time, so I wasn't in school. I wasn't in school trying to prepare for that. But as far as construction is concerned, I've been a construction worker since I came home from school. That's what I did to help my mother out and help pay the bills after we went through that situation. So I've been working construction for 22 years.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people just think just automatically because you Larry Hoover Jr. that it's just money just falling out, you know, your pockets, and you just entitled to and you got so many people just giving, you know, doing that. And it don't be like that. Like a lot of people do a lot of talking and capping, but they don't really, you know. So that's what's up. You having your own shit going on and y'all having y'all company, and even how you're taking advantage of everything you got going on. And, you know, I see you now, you just really making moves, you know.
Well, with Kanye helping give me this platform, this made the way for other opportunities, you know what I mean, in my life. Like, I'm Grammy nominated at this point. I wasn't trying to be an artist, so that's a big surprise in my life. All I was doing was speaking about what was going on, and man, I gotta appreciate him for that. Right. He helps bring people to the table where they looked at the name in a negative. Now they looking to see, like, is all that true? So with me trying to get in a space where maybe I could get into school and talk to some kids and, you know what I mean, just try to spread a positive message, the message that I've been given, you know, as a son, to pass on to other kids who might not have a father to give it to them or might not even want to hear it from whoever it comes from. My name just kind of gives me the opportunity to kind of speak to these people, but Kanye helped make it a name that they was willing to deal with. Before that, it was like Larry Hoover, ooh, that's the gangster man. We don't want to hear nothing about him.
That's what's up. Shout out to Kanye for that, because I know a lot of people be like, damn, what the fuck is Kanye doing and when he's going, you know. So it's good to hear somebody say that he has done something to help, something that's actually going on in the city, you know. So
yeah, because, you know, I'm one of the people that was saying. So when I saw him getting behind with y'all
Right.
doing and really pushing that campaign and trying to change the narrative,
Yeah.
I salute him for that, and I respect him for that. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that was some 100 shit. You know what I'm saying? I think more people needed to step up and do the same thing. You know, because when you look at like where we from, you know what I'm saying? We vice lords. Well, I don't gangbang now, but that's what I was. I don't see GD or BD or, like, I see black brothers. You know what I'm saying? We trying to change their life. So like when we followed pretty much how Bump them did when they had the Goon Squad, it was everybody. It was GDs, it was Four Corner Hustlers, it was Stones, and that's how it was with us. Like we had a bunch of GDs from the Greens, the Crazy Crew, like them was my brothers. So we showed unity with that to start saying, man, I don't see none of that. You know what I'm saying? I see people like myself trying to make a way out. You know what I'm saying? And that's the narrative that I try and push. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit.
That's why I say everything is about growth and development. I always say that. And y'all flip it and be like, but we ain't gonna get into all that. But yeah, shout out to Kanye for that. Because a lot of times, like when Kanye, like if it's something going on hot or something that's popular, Kanye kind of got a little rep where it'd be like, okay, he'll ease in like right when it's getting hot. So we don't know if it's genuine or not. So the fact that you highlighted that lets everybody know that it's a go. So shout out to him for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's good that he did, but he really did join on a couple years ago when he went to the White House. Like, he really did go in there to Trump. They didn't play everything that he did. They only took a part of it. But, like, he really went in there and tried to advocate a little bit.
Yeah.
So... yeah, he was really with it. It took a while for him to come back, but man, he was with it, and man, it was a great thing, and he's still here working with it.
That's what's up. And he got a lot of stuff going on too, so and shout out to even his wife, because she go in and people can say what they want, but she be going and do her lawyer shit, so you never know what may go on. So we just go pray for everything. So
she put herself in position to make big moves.
She definitely do. I didn't think that. Yeah. So that's what's up. I heard you a vegan. Is that true?
Pretty much. I can't say I'm all the way vegan because I do a little things that, I like leather. I like fur coats.
Right.
You know what I mean? I still eat a little cheese here and there, but for the most part, yeah, I don't eat any meat. I definitely don't eat any meat. You know what I mean? I try not to do much dairy. I still may eat some pizza if I'm hungry, but yeah, I'm almost all the way vegan. But for the most part, yeah, I'm vegan.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I saw recently 50 Cent posted Miss Hoover. So I was thinking, I'm like, okay, what's going on? Because I know how 50 be, and I know the story been trying to be told by so many people for so long. And I just was like, damn, I was crossing my fingers like, man, it only take certain things to really come together. And I just was like, I don't know. Like, I just, thought that I would want to ask that right now.
Well, the arena that 50 is in, so it would make people look into that. And, I mean, it just shows interest. You know what I mean? That he's interested, just like some of the other people. It's not necessarily a thing about to happen or nothing like that,
right.
But you know what I mean, that just shows interest.
Right. Well, that 50 interest hit different.
Yeah, because Meech, I know Meech, that's my man. You know what I'm saying, and how he bringing a story to light and I think they need to shine that full light on your father life. And release that man and let him live the last, you know what I'm saying, the rest of his years free with his family and his kids and grandkids and his wife and enjoy life, man. He done been through a lot.
I really would like for the person that's in control of it, which is the judge, to not only accept his bad contributions that he put in society, but his good contributions. You know what I mean?
For
like,
sure.
Just like I was saying earlier, the same bad that people put into the world that got a second chance for is the same bad that he put into the world. Let's let him have a second chance like, everybody else. Like, he's not happy about, what he did and what he had to do and, the problems that he caused in the world. So, let's accept some of the good that he was doing. Like we say, the black men coming together and marching to change things in our community. Let's accept some of him bringing people together to make a change too. Not just this is Larry Hoover the criminal. What about let's accept both of it, not just that one thing.
For sure.
I got another question. I got a bunch of questions. So let me ask you this. When you hear the music, right, that's going on, because, now it's a little different. You got people just from everywhere making songs and getting involved and just saying all kind of stuff. When you hear things that's disrespectful, like, for example, somebody saying GDK, do you just, like, shake it off like, oh, well, or do you think, like, damn, like how do you feel? Because I know recently it was some artists from Chicago that made some, like, how do you feel about when you hear stuff like that?
You know what? I just wish that. I mean, these good artists out here, all of these young guys. Mm-hmm. I wish they would use their platform to spread a different message. Why put yourself out there in the front of negativity? Now you the spokesperson for negativity, and you have to watch out for your life because of what you said on the album. When you could promote better things to that. Like I just feel like it's unnecessary. It's not a good thing. Do I like to hear it? No, I don't like to hear it, but at the same time, I just wish they would use their platform to do something better with and not that. There's a lot of people dying over what's being said in the music. So and you don't have to. I thought you got into music so you can make money and get away from these bad situations in life. So why would you get this platform, you making money, you making it to a good spot in the world, and now you got to hire more security because of what you said on the records. Not because people love you and they don't know how to give you your space, but people wanting to hurt you because you said something negative. You don't have to promote that to the world, man. Go ahead and use your platform and tell the kids to put the guns down and just enjoy life and have a good time. It was 6 kids got shot in Chicago yesterday, under the age of 17. You know what I mean? They probably think they are the rappers, slinging these guns around.
And then a lot of the rappers that do it, a lot of them live in other places. You know what I'm saying? On both sides. Yeah. They live in other places. They put up and they safe and they tucked, but they incite these riots here, leaving the people who stuck here, who can't afford to get out on the front line to lose their life behind it. So I never respected that. When I see guys, you living in California, you in Atlanta, you in Vegas, you in Mississippi, but you talking about stuff that's going on here, and you don't step here to help or assist these brothers in nothing. I feel like it's crazy, but I blame the labels, because the labels push that narrative. I've witnessed it a million times. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done got artists deals and I tell them, like, man, listen, you got him this deal. Now try and save his life. Right. Well, no, we want to keep him with the guns in the video. We want, you know what I'm saying? Because it makes money for them. Mm-hmm. So it's, if the label stopped pushing that and really cared about these artists, and if these artists realize that these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about me, I'm just a check. So I'm not gonna sacrifice my life and my freedom or the people that I claim I love life or freedom for a few dollars. They have to start changing it. But until people step up and really demand that change and stand for something, we're gonna keep getting the same results.
Yeah, we had a lot of different music to choose from, and like I said, just let the music be music. Don't let it be the platform on how we supposed to live our life. Like you said earlier, we all black men out here.
Facts.
You know what I mean? The fact that Vice Lord, BD, GD, Stone, like, we still all black men. Let's just be all black men, and that can be in your heart. I understand what you grew up with, and you know what I mean, your understanding, but we all the same people, man. Right. We don't need to be killing each other. We need to use this platform as far as entertainers to make money, to be able to change some things in our community, man. Or at least if you're not going to do it for your community, just change your family life. But don't cause harm to the people that's still there.
Right.
And another thing, like, with that, it be niggas that be making the songs, and then it's just a cycle. So they homie get killed. You would think that, okay, after constantly seeing motherfuckers that it'll change. But these motherfuckers think it's a video game. Like, when you get killed, you're not coming back. This is not
It ain't no spawn. This
GTA.
ain't
It's
Call
like
of
this
Duty.
shit real, and I see it all the time. I'm like, damn, like how many homies he gotta lose for the motherfucker to be like, you know what, I want to live, but it seems like some motherfuckers just don't want to live, unfortunately, or they don't give a fuck. Cause at some point, come on now, like damn, you got 10 dead. It's been 10 funerals in a year. Like at what point do you just be like, you know what? Let me like, do they not care? Like I don't be understanding that shit.
When they can get away, they leave. They go move other places, and then they keep talking about the same shit.
And they keep putting their people in position
Exactly.
too.
But they can't go. They can't afford to go nowhere. They
it's
families
fucked
will stay stuck here. So it's all they know. You know, and so I try not to ever, which is why they embrace me, because I don't talk down on them. I talk to them.
Right.
Because I understand I was a part of it.
Right.
And I done did a bunch of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I done been to the penitentiary 3 times and all type of other shit.
Right.
So I can't talk down on them because I helped to tear down a lot of them streets where I'm from. Yeah. So I feel it's my obligation to get back to it. You know what I'm saying? To try and save some lives, try and save my homies' sons. They out there now gang banging and getting shot and things of that nature. But they came up watching us. You know what I'm saying? So I can't knock them, because really this is something that we started, but it's our job to give back and try and help fix and correct it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, they idolized what they saw. You know, just the same as we idolized what we saw. My father idolized what he saw when he got going. Like we got to change at some point change what our youth idolize and see as what they can do and who they can be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How did you feel? How did you feel when you first heard GD's in the door, right? Because for me, it wasn't just about GD's. It was just like, it just was global. I knew people that was GD's, Stones, Moles, Foes, Neutrons, everything. It was just the beat, and I just felt like it was a national anthem. And it just made me happy. It did. It was my song, and it's like, I think everybody felt like that, and people didn't want to. But it was like either people from everywhere. I don't know why they picked me, but I had all kind of people just call me like, you know, like it was my song. So I just felt like it was a good thing for.
You pushed it like it was yours.
No, I did know. I don't know why, but it was just something that it wasn't about, again, the gang banging. I think it was just the refreshing, like, you know, it was just good. How did you feel when you first heard it?
When I first heard about the song, I didn't even want to hear it. I was nervous about it because I figured it was going to be perceived the wrong way and it might start some things. And then I actually saw a video and it was a spoof of it. So then I was laughing at it. Mm-hmm. And then after just listening to it, like, okay, it ain't bad. They didn't disrespect nobody. It was just a, you know, it was a fun song. Right. And really it was kind of like, okay, now we in the music industry. We getting our opportunity to be here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I didn't see it as a negative thing. I was just worried about the fact that people go perceive it wrong and feel like it's something that we need to diss and blase Skippy. I just didn't want it to had the wrong energy and start another feud, you know what I mean, in this city. And some people took it the wrong way. I done seen some stuff like, well, we had to do this and we had to do that. And, you know, they just had I seen something with some negative connotations, but, you know, they didn't disrespect nobody. So it was okay. It was just a song. It was an anthem, actually.
Yeah. Shout out Ruger. That's my little brother.
It was fun. It was fun. So, yeah.
I fuck with Ruger.
Yeah.
You know. So, what you got coming up, man? Like pushing the campaign, because whatever way that we can help and support it and get the word out there and push it, you know what I'm saying? We behind it 100%. Like I think that a lot of these political prisoners need to be released.
So basically, I'm just gonna keep advocating and keep putting the word out there. I just want the people to, you know, understand that he should get a chance for redemption. You know, I want the people to want him back to the community. You know, for the judge to understand, because it's all up to the judge. Like, as far as the first step is concerned, he should be released. The judge say he deserves to be released, but it's up to the judge's discretion to send him back to the world. And, you know, I just want everybody to be aware and know what's going on, and understand that he deserves a second chance, just like the other guys deserve a second chance. We got to wait on the attorneys really to do the work at this point,
Right.
to speak to the judge in the way that he believes in and understands is okay. Like, it's nothing that we can do but keep passing the word around that we want him to come back to the world. He would be an asset to us, regular, other than let the world know that he'd be an asset to us.
Right.
You know.
Without a doubt, I believe that.
Yeah.
I
I
believe
see
that.
you got the Free My Father merch on. Where can the people go get that, or is it coming soon, or like what's going on?
It's on LarryHooverJr.com.
Okay.
And you can go see about that. Then, like you said earlier, we had a Larry Hoover project that speaks on prison reform and different issues that we kind of follow, and tells you about him a little bit more, you know. And then I'm on Larry Hoover Jr. _ on Instagram. That's just me moving around a little bit, but yeah, we just putting the word out there and just trying to keep going and hope the people get behind us so they don't get quiet about it and push them under the rug and
Right.
be like nobody cared anyway. That we need the noise to let the world know that we care and that he deserves a second chance. We want him to have a second chance.
Exactly. And it's because the penalty was just way too harsh. Nothing other than, I ain't gonna say nothing other than that, but that's the main thing. It was just an unfair sentence, period.
Yeah, and they say that since he was just because he's the leader, that he don't deserve the same opportunity that other people had. Regardless if people sell drugs as far as a gang or as far as a group, them same guys will go do what they need to do to survive all across the streets of Chicago. I mean, like you said, you know what happened in your community. In all these other communities, people did what they were doing to survive. It's not because they wanted to be a part of but part of an organization. It doesn't make it any better, but I just want him to have the individual consideration of, this is a senior citizen that's not the same person he was, that been in an inhumane situation for all these years. That just let's just give him a chance. Let's give him a chance.
Give him a chance. He grew up
He's not
in
gonna
it.
do nothing. He's not trying to get back to the streets. He's horrified at what he hears is going on out here. Yeah.
As he deserves to be. And shout out to you. Shout out to Miss Winnie. Because she, man, when it comes to loyalty and holding it down,
Yeah.
sis lit. So it's going down, yeah.
She
But that's
lit.
what's up. Y'all make sure y'all follow. We'll make sure we put your IG up. We'll make sure we put the IG up. Make sure y'all go get all that merch.
You know what? One thing I just wanted to say too: this shirt, "Free My Father," is a movement. So you can put Larry Hoover in there, but it's a lot of other people out
Fathers
here
that's
whose father is locked up. So this shirt is made for you to fill in who deserves to go here, who you represent
Right.
for. It's not just about my father, and I just want everybody to understand that, because people like, well, I don't know if I want to represent for Larry Hoover, but the prison population of parents being incarcerated is like
Huge.
5 million, 7 million, I
That's
think
dope.
they said. So it's all across the United States. So it's not just about my father. It's a whole movement.
That's what's
That's
up.
dope,
That's
man.
good.
That's dope.
That's what's up. So shout out to you for that. We want to make sure all the people, just understand it's all about just giving the knowledge about the whole Free Larry Hoover campaign. Shout out to you for coming through.
And we
Thanks for
appreciate you for coming through. And I give her a hard time about the growth and development movement, but today is a special occasion. And you know what I'm saying? I'm embracing it wholeheartedly today, because she threw it in my face a lot.
And I hold it down anyway. I've been holding it down way before the GDs was in the door for Kanye co-signed any of that. Y'all know what's going
Hey,
on.
I
I've
just
been
gotta-
trying to tell y'all.
Yeah, I just gotta put it out there, but it's a real thing. It's not another just to hide the name Gangsta
For sure.
Disciple.
No,
It's,
for
sure.
it's definitely, it is what it is. It's a real thing. It's for everybody. When I was working in the group home, I was trying to teach it to little Vice Lords, to little Stones.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's about being a man and being a part of society. You know what I'm saying? So I know it comes with the GD, but if you Google growth and development, I don't know how many corporations and all that come up that it's a positive thing, and it really is, you know.
Yeah.
For sure.
I say it all the time. I promise you, I've been saying it for years.
She said, but she said it in a different way.
It
She
ain't
just
no
the Ida
different
B.
way.
Wells.
It's
She trying to jab at you a little bit.
It's just how they take it. Like, I don't say nothing. All I say is go, oh, you trying to, it's like, no, I'm right. I'm really trying to, I mean, in every way of life, from music to working to family, it's all about just growing and developing.
That's what it's supposed to be.
That is what it's about.
Yeah.
So anybody that see anything outside of that, they just be on what they own. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, anyway. But shout out to you for coming through. Y'all already know. Thank you for coming through. Y'all know the vibe. Str8Drop Uncut. We go get up out of here. It's your girl Chella H.
This your man, Big Boss Bo Deal, Free Larry Hoover.
Period. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all make sure y'all follow us everywhere at home, because if you do, you go get some smoke you ain't looking for. Period. Until next time.
Larry Hoover, whipping work.